What's up with it? I'm Nick, and if you can't tell, Halloween is my favorite holiday, and I decided to dress up like a clown or whatever just because I don't really do nothing on Halloween anyway. So I hope you like this video, because I'm hiding this, and bruh, this is not it. I don't know why I'm reacting with this mask on, but today we're gonna be checking out Midnight Horror Stories animated, and I'll leave the link to this in the description. But yeah, this should be good because all these stories are typically really good to me. But yeah, let's get straight into this.
I'm not making this video for attention or sympathy or anything. I just want anyone who can help me to do that. My name's Daniel, and this is a story I wish I didn't have to tell. I've been a night owl my entire life. As a teen, I used to stay up way past midnight every night.
Oh, that's exactly how I am. Man, I look goofy, but well, I never get any sleep. I stay up all night. This is ridiculously hard to talk through, but hopefully you can understand me. Anyway, bro, I stay up all night not being able to go to sleep. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Entire life. As a teen, I used to stay up way past midnight every night, watching terrifying videos on YouTube. I know now they were nothing compared to the horrors of the real world. Nothing compared to the tragedy my family and I went through. The story I'm gonna tell to you now. My parents, being teachers, had always emphasized the importance of sleeping well to me, and would definitely disapprove of my late night routine. So I knew that if they'd caught me up at that time, I'd be in big trouble. At first, this wasn't a problem, but after I told them about a child predator in our neighborhood that I'd seen in one of my videos, they seemed to grow more and more paranoid, which was obviously understandable. Every night, I'd hear one of them wandering into my room, check.
What? Bro, No. First off, why is he watching scary stuff at night? Like, I mean, I like scary stuff too, but you just asking for it at that time, if you watching it at night, bro. Like, come on now, like, we gotta do better than this. Come on.
Understandable. Every night, I'd hear one of them wandering into my room, checking on me, and every night, I'd immediately turn off my light and pretend to be asleep. I never knew for sure if it was my mom or dad coming in, since obviously if I opened my eyes to see, they'd know I was awake. Mostly, I presumed it was
2 million IQ. Stop playing with him.
My dad, from the heavy-sounding footsteps, but either way, I found it pretty hypocritical for them to preach to me about being up late when they were awake themselves. Sometimes I wondered if they knew I wasn't sleeping, because often it was only after what seemed like hours before they'd finally leave and go to check on Alfie. That's my little brother, and Lucy, my little sister. I'd have asked them about it, but I thought it would have confirmed any suspicions, which they seemed to already have about my staying awake deep into the mornings of the next day.
Bro, I couldn't imagine just laying in bed and somebody just sitting over you, just standing there like, bro, I'm going to eventually wake up. I'm be like, well, you're not even asleep, but I would just sit there and be like, I'll just give up. I'm like, why are you like standing over me this long? Like, bro, come on.
Which they seem to already have about my staying awake deep into the mornings of the next day. Like I said, I guess they were just paranoid about the child predator. It was stupid for me to presume any of these things, and I'll never forgive myself for it, but I did it all the same. Anyway, one day, Lucy's school, where my parents both work, announced a school trip. It meant they'd be gone at some point next month from Saturday morning to Sunday morning, and it meant that I'd finally get to watch the horror movie my friend had lent me, and my parents had refused to let me watch. There was...
How old are you? Did your parents used to let you watch scary movies when you was younger? I mean, I guess it was just on me to, cause I think I could watch any scary movie I wanted. So I wonder how old he was.
And my parents had refused to let me watch. There was one downside, though. I'd be left to look after Alfie. He, being only 6 years old, my mom was reluctant to leave him in my care alone, but my dad defended me, reminding her that Alfie had been up most of the night after a nightmare, so he'd probably sleep most of the day anyway. Besides, he reassured her, he's 17. He can be given a little responsibility. With a heavy heart, my mom agreed. I honestly wish she hadn't.
17.
Finally, the morning came for them to head off. It took longer than expected because my sister said some of her favorite toy dolls had been stolen. But eventually, my mom persuaded her that they were probably just lost and told me to look for them whilst they were gone. I begrudgingly agreed, and soon they were ready to go. As they were leaving, my mom gave me a stern word, reminding me to lock the doors, not go to bed too late, and take good care of Alfie. She told me she'd be watching through the security cameras to make sure I was looking after him properly.
Sounds like the perfect story to get murked. Sounds like a good setup. Boy, you about to get destroyed.
I told her she really didn't have to worry. Then we said our goodbyes, and they were off. Alfie and I spent most of the day playing outside, but came in after the frisbee landed near a strange man who Alfie said had been in his nightmare. I told him that was ridiculous, because even if he somehow was in his dream, he wouldn't be able to remember.
That's cap. That's cap. Cap. At this point, I've seen so many movies where kids have seen something or adults have seen something and people never believe them. So I'm gonna be the guy to believe, and we just gonna slowly get out of there because I'm not playing with my life. I'll tell you that one.
If he somehow was in his dream, he wouldn't be able to remember. Anyway, I went by myself to get it, and I have to admit that the man was fairly creepy. He had a huge grin, and his eyes, staring right at me, seemed to be permanently forced further open than they were designed to go. His clothes all seemed to have been made from someone 50 years younger, as they struggled to cling to his fully grown body. It was cold, but he was wearing a sun hat, a tiny one for children, which barely fit on his head. I recognized it, but didn't know how at the time. If I'd learned anything from the videos I spent my nights watching, I'd have abandoned the frisbee and left. But clearly I didn't, because not wanting to feel like a baby, I approached him. As I got closer to the man, his smile disappeared, and he removed the hat and held it behind.
Bro, what? I'm sorry. Yo, you tripping.
The man, his smile disappeared, and he removed the hat and held it behind his back. I began to see his features in greater detail. He looked tired. He was pale and his eyes were bloodshot and had huge gaping bags under them.
I know I look pretty goofy right now, but you're not about to tell me if you saw him, you'd be like perfectly fine. I'm not approaching him.
He was pale and his eyes were bloodshot and had huge gaping bags under them. In the entire time it took me to get to him, the man didn't move an inch, other than the odd blink. Not even his eyes shifted. At this stage, I was getting uneasy. I just wanted to get it and leave. Hi, can I have my frisbee back, please? Thanks. The thought of that conversation, if you can even call it a conversation, still makes me shiver. I locked the front door as soon as we got home. We were both a bit shaken, and Alfie looked tired, so I gave him some more food and put him to bed.
GG's, boys. You ready for the next round?
It took him about 2 hours to fall asleep. He kept complaining that he'd have another nightmare about that man. I told him he wouldn't, but he wasn't convinced.
I see him every night.
He whispered to me. Well, if you see him again, don't worry. I'll be here to fight him off. This seemed to settle him down, and soon he was fast asleep.
It's never been easier to switch from summer mode to fall mode with Suddenlink. Get 100 meg internet plus live streaming and on-demand TV, all for just $55 a month with no annual contract. Plus, get a $100
At about 11, it was time to put my film on. I couldn't have my mom knowing that I was watching it, so I did something naive and ignorant, and something I'll always regret. I turned off the security cameras. I watched it for 2 hours straight, my eyes never straying from the screen, until I replayed the last few seconds of the film. But the sound didn't happen again. It was coming from inside my house.
Yep. Time to move out, you know, you can have it all, bro. I'm good, It's been a nice life, guys. I'm heading out. Yeah, I'm gone. No cap.
It was coming from inside my house. Alfie? He didn't reply, but I could see him under the covers, so I thought he was just asleep, and I didn't want to wake him up. I swear, if I thought anything worse had happened, I'd have checked. You okay? I thought maybe I was just worrying too much, hearing things. It was late, and the film had been scary. Maybe it was just all in my head. I knew from the sound of his voice it was him. Alfie! Alfie? Usually this much noise would have woken him up. Alfie, what's going on? I knew something was wrong. It was him. The doll. I couldn't believe it. It had to be some kind of sick prank. It had to be. But it
No. No.
wasn't. It was the man I'd spoken to earlier.
Bruh.
He'd taken my brother.
Yo. Oh my God. Yo, look at this man, bro. What am I looking at? Like, what am I looking at, bro? What is...
It was the man I'd spoken to earlier. He'd taken my brother. Alfie! I was certain they'd be gone before I could reach them. But he didn't set off straight away. He watched as I tried helplessly to do something. I screamed and I shouted and I banged on the windows.
What would y'all do in this situation? Honestly, I don't know. I've never been in a situation where I had to act that fast. I mean, I probably would have did better than him. Because he looked like he just banged on the window a little bit. I tried him. Yeah, he's dead. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Something. I screamed and I shouted and I banged on the windows and I tried to open the doors. But nothing worked.
Bruh.
It was all
that man teeth. Yo.
There was nothing I could do for my brother, my best friend, as he was stolen away from me. It was too late for the police to do anything. It was too late for anybody to do anything. He was gone, and in time, I'd have to come to accept that.
You have 9 new messages. First message.
Okay.
Hello? If you're out with Alfie, call me back when you get back in, please. Love you guys. Bye.
End of message. Second message.
Daniel, we've been trying to get a hold of you for hours. Is everything all right? Did you turn the security cameras off?
They'll be fine. The security system probably just glitched out.
Yikes. Wow, bro. Wow.
Hey, Alfie, just call us as soon as you can, okay? You know how Mom worries.
End of message.
Is his lip
Third
shivering?
message.
Listen, Daniel, we're starting to get really worried now. If you don't pick up, one of us is gonna have to come home to check if everything's okay. Please pick up.
End of message. Fourth.
Daniel, are you okay? Daniel! What's happened? Please answer.
Imagine having to
I
tell that
couldn't
story.
bear to tell them anything. That was 7 years ago. I never found him. When I asked my parents if they'd
That's
seen
wild.
anything at all of this man whilst they checked on us during the night,
You
they
too.
looked at me, concerned and confused. What do you mean? They asked. I could only stare at them in horror. Every night, around 2, you'd come and check on Alfie, Lucy, and me to see if we were sleeping.
Daniel?
They told me.
No, we didn't.
The police wanted security camera footage of the man.
Boy. That's crazy.
Didn't.
I mean, but you wouldn't at least peeked. I feel like I would have peeked one of those nights if they standing over you every single night, bro. Come on.
The police wanted security camera footage of the man, but of course, there wasn't any. It automatically deletes any footage older than 24 hours, which meant I'd been mindless enough to stop it recording on the only night we could have seen him.
Wow.
You know, the strange thing is, I don't even know if I want Alfie to be alive. Because if he is, God knows what that monster has done to him.
I don't even know if you want him to be alive. Come on, bro. Gotta have hope.
Sorry if I've gone on too long.
Yeah, you
The
wild.
guilt's been killing me. I had to get it out somehow.
I
I
feel it.
only tell it as a story because, well, people like stories, and I want as many people to hear this as possible. Alfie, if somehow you're watching, I love you. And I'm so sorry. Please, don't lose hope.
What is going?
And to the man who took you, it's not too late. If you have any heart at all, and even if you don't, please let my little brother come home.
Bro, this is crazy.
To everybody else, if someone comes into your bedroom at night, open your eyes. You never know who it might be.
Yo.
I still stay up late at night. But it's not because I don't want to sleep. It's because I can't. In case anyone sees Alfie, this is the last good photo we took of him. That's it. Stay safe. Thank you.
Wow. Remind me of some Law and Order
Sticking around
stuff.
to the end of the video. If you would like to support the channel, check out the merch link
Support
in the
them,
video
man.
description.
Support me too, I guess. Please. I'm taking off this mask now. Oh my gosh. I've never sweated so much in my life. Bro, I look goofy, but that was my reaction to Midnight Horror Story Animated by Llama Arts. Now, I know they always have good stories, so I knew with this one that they wouldn't fail me. So, as always, I always like horror stories, and why not check something out by them, since most of the stuff is pretty good anyway. But yeah, this video is probably some weird stuff that's going on. I don't know. I don't usually do anything on Halloween, like on movies and stuff. I always imagine like crazy Halloween parties and stories and different random stuff, but I've never actually been to one. So I don't know. This is my version of Halloween, since it's my favorite time of the year, and I would have had a bucket of candy, but I need to stay away from candy. But
yeah, I hope y'all have a good Halloween and stay safe and have a good one. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.